One. Good day, Engineer Uano and Dr. Luke Uano. Today we'll be demonstrating to you our achieved minimum viable product, and we will start with the first feature, which is the basic authentication. As of now, we have only created a login feature for the administrators, and we have set an email that can be used or that can be regarded as the default email for the system. So the email we used was admin@gmail.com, and we use a default password 123456, and clicking login would alert or send a notification that the login was a success, after which you would be redirected to the home page. Now, if you were to enter a random email, it would also alert or notify you that that mail is inexistent. These emails are stored in our database, which you can view via Firebase. And since we have only created the authentication for the admin side, if your account is not an administrator, you would not be able to access the system yet. Now, in creating accounts, you simply have to go to the Manage Accounts tab, which will redirect you to a page that displays all accounts categorized depending on the access levels. As you can see, there are sample accounts made for the administrator, the medical clinic, the laboratory, and the clerical staff. And these categories were derived from from Dr. Luke's stated requirements. The account creation looks like this. You simply have to type in a name, a middle name, and a last name, and you designate an email, and a password. You are also prompted to select any of the four aforementioned divisions. So for this test, we will use the admin division, and after you click add, it will update the page to also list the newly created administrator account. So you can verify the functionality by entering the email we used. As you can see, the login was verified and is a success. Now, for our second main feature is the user interface structure, header, search bar, and the date and time. So we have divided the main page into three parts. First is the sidebar, which which allows the user to navigate the system, and the top bar shows a non-functional search feature. So the top bar will display the current time as well as the what day it is and the date in month, day, year format. The third feature for our system is the home page, in which we have added a announcement board. So administrators will be able to create or delete or manage these boards, and they are all viewable by the staff and users, but if the user does not have administrator access, then he or she will not be able to delete or manage that board. So creating an announcement is as simple as clicking this button. You can add the subject of the announcement and the contents of your announcement. So once the announcement has been successfully added, you can view it in the list. And as I mentioned earlier, the administrators can delete announcements. The delete feature is a simple button contained within the announcement card, and clicking that button will delete the announcement. The next major feature, which is one of the core specifications that we wanted to implement within the MVP, is the patient registration feature. It's one of the core functionalities that the system needs to have, and what we implemented is a simple patient registration form wherein staff can. So our patient registration form asks lets the staff input the personal information of a patient that is to be registered into the database, and these personal information include the first name, middle name, last name, the date of birth, their age, their sex, their religion, their marital status, their street address, which includes the zip code, country, state, or province, and the city, their occupation, their mobile number, and their telephone number. Now, we also added an ID number field so that the staff can designate or add an ID number unique to that patient. So here is a sample demonstration. Oh no. So once all the fields have been filled out, clicking the submit button will successfully register a new patient.
So moving on, in the second spring, it was made mention we were able to utilize the Firebase database for storing, retrieving, and deletion of the data. So it was previously shown in the announcement board, and para i-demonstrate pa namo, we have the patient list, and these are all the list na we have inputted from the patient registration, and we have included many names just to show you na we can store as many data as we can. So it stores the demo patient list who are authorized, where those authorized could browse and access each patient's na tag-add from the patient registration. So the manage accounts, so for the patient list, as you can see, each patient could be manageable. So for example, if we click one patient, so those na naa sa mga input boxes could be edited. For example, if you mistype the name, change name or anything, and then you are to update the information. You could just click update, and then there you go. So for the patient list as well, we have devised a function that could print the entire page of the patient list. So we have the print button at the upper left. If you click print,
For a hard copy.
yeah. So finally, as far as technology is concerned, things have to be dynamic in any way possible. Therefore, along with the development of those parts of the system, the team has made sure that the web application could be accessible with the use of any device with the application's responsive capability. So each pages are coded with function that will allow the application to resize and reconfigure its form based on the different screen dimensions. So if padako na to siya or pagamayon, the page would still be as would still be as clear. It would not go lower than kanang na visible ang font. And yeah, pwede siya magamit for mobile phones if for example ang staff is only using mobile phones or away siya sa system.